The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show.
Information is power.
Don't step on the trail. Don't step on the trail. Tempo, tempo. Can you keep up with my tempo?
The Information Man Show.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome everybody. Yes. Here we go. Here we go.
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Peace to everybody that's coming into the chat room. Appreciate that. Yes, yes, yes. The Information Man Show. Peace, everybody. Peace. I welcome. Thank you all for being here.
Tell the truth.
Information is power. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Boy. I can't say that I didn't see this coming. You can't say that you didn't see this coming. It's an unfortunate situation because I got to get into it right away. We're talking about Afrika Bambaataa. Look, I'm 51 years old. I grew up off of his music. I come from that era of rap music. That's where it began in its origins. Afrika Bambaataa, the Zulu Nation. They made appearances in Beat Street. How many of you all remember the movie Beat Street back in the 80s, if you were even alive? I'm talking about how many of you actually were alive to see it in the theater, not on no VCR tape or some repackaged. Give me a 1 in the chat room, those of you who remember Beat Street. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because remember, Afrika Bambaataa and his group were in Beat Street. That's the scene right there from Beat Street, ladies and gentlemen. I'll kid you not. Would not lie to you.
Tell the truth.
That was iconic. I grew up off of that. I myself used to break dance, graffiti art, pop lock, the whole 9 yard growing up. I was involved with a break dancing crew living in the California area. So we grew up with Afrika Bambaataa. And when we first heard about these allegations of him potentially raping, molesting underage youth in the community, a lot of people said, no. Say it ain't so.
Tell the truth.
And you had people who were willing to make excuses for him, willing to back him because they had been running buddies with him for a long time. Same thing with the Polite situation. You get these bigger than life figures. We get these guys that we put on a pedestal. We pedestalize them. We get into this Messiah complex. And when they are caught doing something with their hands in the cookie jar, then you're going to have people that are going to say, no. It was the Zulu Nation that first came out, and they were supporting Afrika Bambaataa. I'm going to say BAM tonight for short because a lot of people say BAM for short. BAM, as I display more of his pics tonight for you. Let's go on down a memory lane. I wonder where were you at? If you were born during this era, you remember seeing this era, not on television, movies or clips, put a 1 in the chat room if you remember this era because you were alive to see it. Some of the music that was coming out of the Bronx, out of the gritty parts of New York, those barrels, those look. Powerful stuff. The organization Zulu Nation, it was about building the community. They were the gatekeepers to rap music. They would have basement parties. You could hear that boom, boom, bass. They would have the basement parties. They would be in vacant buildings. They would, where BAM was at was the, what do we call that? The Riverside community. That was a stumping ground for this man. Riverside Community Center, if I'm not mistaken. It was River Community Center. Bambaataa began with frequent visits to the Bronx, River Community Center, which eventually became a member of the Zulu Nation. I'm going to give you all some information tonight, and I'm going to also tell you, as I put myself back on the screen here, I'm going to also tell you one of the weirdest things why this story, as it broke yesterday, this was breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. This was, and forever, as I'm going to say it, this was breaking news. It was breaking news yesterday because they said that he has been indicted, meaning he's going to be sued under something called the Child Victim Act. And I'm going to break down to you when that law was actually put into reality. And I'm going to tell you why this is happening to him. He has been accused. He's had accusers. Let me show you one person that you're going to be familiar with that I put on the screen. And here he goes. Bam, like so. Now that's Ronald Savage. And Ronald Savage was known, I think, according to my man out there, Star, who broke the story on this some time back about Ronald Savage. Ronald Savage came forward to admit that he had been molested by Bambaataa back in the day. And a lot of us, as I said before, we say it ain't so. Please say it ain't so, because we all grew up, those of us of generational X age and even older, we grew up remembering this man and his group, and we say, no, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Well, it looks like it could be so. It looked like it is so. Ronald Savage stated that Bam had molested him in his apartment. Now, one of the things you got to realize here, ladies and gentlemen, the lawsuit under the Child Victim Act in New York, they're not only coming for Bambaataa, they're also coming for Zulu Nation. Let me show you a picture of some of the brothers involved in Zulu Nation. Although just a small number of people, there were lots of people, but here we have a picture here, old school picture. The Universal Zulu Nation, it was called. Party people. Yeah, remember that song? Woo! Because Bam and the Bam was very well famous for in 1982. He was a renewed DJ and a performer, a singer. And he had that song, Planet Rock. Remember that song? Boom, boom, boom. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not getting it right. Party people. Planet Rock. That was Don't Stop. That was classic back in the day. So he was famous universally around the world for Planet Rock. It became an international smash, playing throughout the world, and it popularized hip hop. Even though we know that Rapper's Delight was the first commercially successful rap album, but it was not internationally as famous as the Planet Rock by one, and I do say one, Bambaataa. But nowadays, his glory days have faded in midst of the alleged allegations that this man has an appetite for underage youngsters. That's dangerous. That's a shame. He should be ashamed of himself. And the thing that's happening now is that not only did Ronald Savage come forth, and a lot of people, to Ronald Savage credit, when he came forward, and I got to say the brother was brave to come forward and do what he did. Okay? When he came forward and he said that Bam had molested him, and he described it vividly, what he did to him. He went to different platforms on YouTube. He was interviewed. I think Sanada of Sanada TV. And excuse me, my pronouncing words incorrectly here, but y'all know who I'm trying to say. He made the rounds on various well-known social media, like Sanata TV, various different platforms. I think he was on Doggy Diner's program. I believe he might have called in and talked to Star, of the Star Report, and he vividly said what Bambaataa had did to him at a young age, and he went by the name Bee Stinger. Then we find out that the Zulu Nation began to pull ranks around Bambaataa to protect him by saying that Ronald Savage was a liar. Whoa. And then it turned out now, because the Zulu Nation had broke ranks with Bambaataa, they eventually broke ranks with him and eventually apologized to the family members of those who said that they were molested by Bambaataa. People laughed at Ronald Savage. They made fun of Ronald Savage. This is Bambaataa in his younger years. They did not want to believe him. Then the man who's become very famous on the YouTube streets, Hassan Campbell, he came forth right after Ronald Savage, and he also had a story to tell about going over to Bambaataa's apartment and being funneled, being touched in sexual ways. He told a story, and then it got juicier that, wait a minute, maybe something is going on, because you've got more people coming out and saying that Bambaataa has an appetite for touching young people. Of course, you had your detractors like KSR1, who has been very out front saying that Bambaataa is being crucified. He's being mischaracterized. This is a system is out to get him, sort of stuff. This is also a man who, I used to like KSR1. He's been saying a lot of stuff that I don't agree with. He had to, he acts like he knows a lot about rap history, but you've had people within the rap elements in the 1970s on various documentaries that I've watched who said that KSR1 doesn't know what the hell he's talking about when it comes to the history of rap, where it started. Busta Rhymes and them are talking about, well, rap started in Jamaica. It came from Jamaica. No, it didn't. Cool Lurk. My brother Cool Lurk, we know about him. When he came to America, he got introduced to black culture, and he got introduced to what black people were doing in America, which had an influence on Kool Herc in opening up his famous establishment where many rappers got their start. So everyone has contributed to it. But if you go into some of these barrels in New York and you talk to the old school guys that are in their 60s now, late 50s, they'll tell you what the true history was. KSR1 likes to often act like he's got it all. No, a lot of those hardcore brothers out there will say he doesn't know what he's talking about. But just like he didn't know what he was talking about Bam, Bam is in a lot of trouble, y'all. As I looked at this case, I looked at the documents in terms of me looking at this Child Victim Act, Child Victims Act. He's in a lot of trouble. And the reason why he's going to be in trouble, and it's going to blow you away. The reason why Bam is in a lot of trouble is because of one thing. It's the virus. The virus is the reason why this is happening to him. Now you're going to say, Info Man, what are you talking about, virus? Well, one of the things that the virus has brought to our country and to our society, besides affecting people, it has also exposed people for what they really are. It has exposed the liars, the shadies. It has really, people have really shown their true colors within the midst of this virus. Well, this is how the virus exposed Bam. Bam was originally being accused by Ronald Savage, Hassan Campbell, and many other folks out there that have said that he had potentially touched them. Zulu Nation originally, as I said before, they wrapped circle around him to protect him, but now they have stepped away from Bam. Matter of fact, they have made him step down in the leadership of the Zulu Nation. Bam is getting indicted now because of a particular law that was put into a package around the, let me just go ahead and read this to you. New York State Assembly and the Senate passed a legislation extending Child Victim Act by 1 year as part of the COVID. Y'all think I didn't know what I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Information Man Show. It was because of a Senate bill that was passed in the state of New York, Albany, New York, the state of New York, by the Senate members of the New York chambers. They put an extension into the Child Victims Act by 1 year as part of a COVID-19 emergency relief package. So in that package, because they knew that people were being impacted by this virus in terms of being out of work, out of access to legal libraries, all this access, because, you know, when we were in the thick of things, it was people were on lockdown. Well, so because of the virus, that's why I'm saying that the virus has exposed a lot of people, and the virus came back to turn around and bite Bam in the behind. He may not have contracted the virus, but the virus itself, the atmosphere of it, caused the legal and the political system in New York to pass something, put it into a package to extend the Child Victim Act, which gave more time for the victims, statute of limitations and all, to be able to still file this suit against Bambaataa. The New York State Assembly passed this legislation as part of the package. So he got bit in the butt because of this. And it was originally to be extended to August 14th. Just last month was the deadline technically, but they're saying that they filed this on September the 4th. So there must be something behind the scenes going on. Now, I'm going to check my email real quick because I just tried to contact, and I hope I hear back from her sister, if she's out there, Empower Esquire TV, the sister that's the lawyer that I had on when we were talking about Polite's legal system. I sent her an email, and what I want to do is bring her onto the show this Sunday, if she has the time, to give the legal aspect of what Bambaataa is going to face. See, this is the Information Man Show. I'm not only going to talk about what's happening to him, but I want to get someone of legal mindset to break down why they were able to still file this suit against him when it was for the 14th of August, which was last month. They extended it a whole year. So now Bambaataa has now got caught up in the nation of Zulu, the Universal Zulu. They have gotten caught up in this suit because they moved the statute of limitations for the victims. That's why it was called the Child Victims Act. Let me just read this to you right here. Here we go. The suit was filed under the Child Victims Act, which allowed the victims of childhood sexual assault to sue within 1 year of the legislation. It passed regardless of how long, so there's no statute of limitations, regardless of how long ago the assault occurred. So because they passed this, due to the virus, had it not been for the virus, it might not, who knows? I got to talk to the council about this. No matter how long the assault was, this law put in place made sure that the victims of BAM could come back and sting his ass. The suit also claimed that many of the assaults took place at Bambaataa's home in the Bronx, which also served as the Zulu Nation headquarters. Uh-oh! That's why the Zulu Nation is part of this suit, because Bam was operating out of his apartment, molesting, allegedly, people like Ronald Savage, people like Hassan Campbell, who we know is on YouTube, does his thing on YouTube, has a big following. But because not only did he use it as a place to live and do his Zulu Nation business as a headquarters, that's why Zulu Nation has now been brought into this lawsuit. Because this is a perfect example of why the old saying is that you don't piss and shit where you sleep.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
And that's true.
Tell the truth.
You don't do your dirt where you also do your business. That's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. You don't do dirt where you do your business. Bam did dirt where he was doing business as well. Damn it. He was wrong. Hella wrong. But you know what? This shows you that there's a divine order in the universe, because I've always learned that what you put out into the universe will come back and hunt you. What goes around comes around. He put out negative vibrations into the atmosphere if he did these things, and now it came back. It came back to him in a universe. It's funny, he calls this organization the Universal Zulu, and the universe came back and bit him in the ass for his past transgressions, as these young people are now coming after him. The one guy who filed the suit said that he was 12 years old when Bam did this to him. I'm going to get back into the legal aspect of this. This is crazy. Zulu Nation. See, the Zulu Nation had his back, right? They had his back at one point in time. They were rolling with him. Afrika Bambaataa has been removed as a leader of the Universal Zulu Nation. Afrika Bambaataa has been removed as the leader of the Universal Zulu Nation amid the allegation of child molestation. My God. Say it ain't so, folks. Say it ain't so. Zulu Nation issued, and this was in 2016, so he was removed from their leadership at least 2 or 3 years ago. The Zulu Nation issued a press release today. This was back in 2016, folks, May 6th, that did not refer to Bambaataa by name, but confirmed that the accused party has been removed and stripped down from their position in their organization, and particularly in leadership. As part of this restructured, all accused parties and those accused of covering up, see, there was some cover up within the organization. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
The current allegation of child molestation have been removed and have stepped down from their current position. Those people that were covering up, they were also removed as well. The organization previously said that the Bronx politician Randy Savage, let me put him back on the screen here, Randy Savage, alleged allegations, his allegations were 100% untrue. This is what the Zulu Nation said when he first came out and he got berated and people made fun of him. Because it's not easy for a man, ladies and gentlemen. I work as a therapist and I deal with guys in the system that have been molested and hurt and have been raped in the system. It is not easy for a man to come out and admit to the public what has happened to him when it comes to being molested or raped. But many people laugh at these things. When men come out and they say, oh, it's not true, it's not true. Be a man. It was the Zulu Nation, which is why they're going to get bit in the behind as well. It's come back on them. All they're apologizing, all they're making him step down and making those who covered this up step down, it doesn't mean nothing, because they were still at fault as an organization and they now have to pay the price. They believe that Ronald Savage was 100% untrue, but Savage was the first man to come forward and accuse Afrika Bambaataa of molesting him as a child. Since then, 3 more men have accused Bambaataa of sexual assault, and you know that as the other man being Hassan Campbell, who we know is well known on the YouTube streets. This is a shame. This is despicable. We can't condone this as a community. As a community, no matter where we are in the world, ladies and gentlemen, we can't condone this type of behavior. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat room that's here. I know I haven't shouted out any names. I'm going to get to people. We got, what I can see so far is we got some chick named Star, one of my mods. We got J-Lo, Rich, one of my mods. We got Black Voltron Reloaded, who says Bam's getting removed from his leadership post after 35 years is literally a day late and $1 short, and you are correct.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I need everybody out there to share this video. I would have loved to have done this video on the weekend to get more people over at a more decent time. However, I felt that because this story broke yesterday, time was of the essence to get my video out there. And I'm hoping to hear from the great and mighty, empowered Esquire TV, who is the lawyer, so that I can bring her on for a Sunday show, which I'm sure many of you will love. Let me see. I've got an email from her. Let's see. She says, I leave for Costa Rica tomorrow. I won't be back until Monday. I can do Monday or Tuesday afternoon. We're going to do Monday then, my sister. I'm reading the direct. So it's on and cracking, folks. We will be doing this show with her on Monday to get the legal perspective. Hallelujah. Prayers have been answered. The legal counselor, my legal counselor on YouTube, is going to join me. She said we can do it Tuesday or Monday. Monday works for me. So be on the lookout for that. That will give a legal perspective to what Bam is facing on this channel, the Information Man Show. And make sure you subscribe, support the channel, as I appreciate those who are supporting the channel. Much love to you all and peace to you. Much love. So we got that on the docket, ladies and gentlemen, so don't miss it. We'll probably have a bigger crowd on that day. So we got, let me see, we got A Lady 747. She says, oh my God, is BAM in the conscious community? This is another hit, because when you look at Afrika Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation, that you can make an argument that they are the original conscious community. They are the original. See, I go back. When you look at the rappers like BAM and those at that during that era, that was the original conscious community. It was people like Did Poets. It was the brothers in the streets who were spitting the poetry way before people were putting music on wax. Before rap music got on wax. They were the conscious community. You're damn right, lady. A Lady 747. They were the conscious. So this is, they're like the foundation of the conscious community. And it is a bad look. Again, they've already taken a hit with potentially Polite. We already know what Umar's been doing. It's laughable already. Now you have an icon like Bambaataa. Mukbang and Things is in the house. Thank you for being here. Peace. Peace. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, share the video, like the video. If you are already subscribed and you are now part of the family, then I want to say thank you. All of you out there listening, share this video. Share this video in all your social media. If you're a content creator, share it in your community tab as well. We got Keystone 291 in the house. What's up to you? Pretora Afro. Now I'm pronouncing that name right. Pretora Afro. Pretora Afro. And that's a part in a place in Africa, from what I understand, is very, very beautiful. We have Empress KIYA in the house. Black Voltron's got a name that he's got that got to be trademarked. I've been telling you. DJ Troy's in the house. We got Eris Queen, Sneezy. We got CZ Girl in the house. So I got a lot of people that I've been watching that have been supporting the channel. So I'm looking for people that are going to be prospected for the ranches added to their repertoire up here. So I'm watching you. I'm watching who's been supporting the channel, coming over. I'm thinking about putting this channel in a membership so I can start doing content for members. I'm thinking about it, folks. But getting back, let's get back on track here. And this is terrible. This is terrible stuff. Zulu Nation to Afrika Bambaataa alleged sexual abuse victims. Following the sexual assault allegations against Afrika Bambaataa, his subsequently denial and his eventual eviction from the Zulu Nation, the hip-hop awareness group he founded over 40 years ago, and the organization is now apologizing to his alleged victims. See, they ate their crow because they were going around saying that this ain't true. This didn't happen. Bam didn't do this. Stop lying on Bam. Bam didn't do this. What y'all talking about? Bam didn't do this, Infoman. Stop your lies. No, I'm not lying. No. I'm not lying. I'm a truth teller.
Tell the truth.
The group said in a statement, this is Zulu Nation, not me, we extend our deepest apology and sincere apology to many people who have been hurt by the actions of Afrika Bambaataa and the subsequently poor response of our organization, see, they are admitting it, this was a couple of years ago, to the allegations levied against him. But now the allegations is leveled against you too, Zulu Nation. Not only BAM, but you too. Though the organization originally defended Bambaataa, a group of coordinators for the tri-state, that's in New York area, has said that the prior support was given by older members. You see, just like Jason Black says on his channel, you got to watch these old Negroes.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You got to watch these old Negroes. It was the older members that were ride and die with Bambaataa. Party people, get down. Planet Rock, don't stop. It was these old heads who kept his secrets, that was bending the damn rules and upholding the bullshit. Says here again, people have been hurt by his actions. Poor response of our organization. It was signed by nearly 36 members of Zulu Nation when they gave this apology. It was the old heads who kept protecting Bambaataa, ladies and gentlemen.
Information is power.
Tell the truth.
Though the organization originally defended Bambaataa, a group of, I read that already, it was the old heads. It was the older members who were the hip-hop pioneers and friends of Bambaataa. See, I'm ashamed of that. I grew up in this era, and I'm ashamed of black people. Here's a picture back in the day, old school. Old school. That's Bam right there. He had the mohawk. See, nothing that these young people are doing today is new under the sun. When it comes to mohawk haircuts, stylish haircuts, clothing, the whole 9-yard swagger, no, that shit started back in the day. Y'all just repeating and mimicking what we did in the past. But with that said, still, Bambaataa in the nation of Zulu should be ashamed of themselves for engaging in this type of behavior. Ronnie Savage, as I put back up here again, ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie Savage, Bambaataa original accuser, as 3 more men would come forward later, and we know that one of them is Hassan Campbell, and people made fun of Hassan Campbell too. Has reported rejected the apology. All of his victims have rejected the apology that was put forth by the Zulu Nation, which is why they're part of the lawsuit against them. They are named in that lawsuit. That's why it says Bambaataa in the nation of the Zulu Nation are being charged under the Child Victim Act in New York. They should have done this in the beginning instead of disrespecting me. And also they said that, so the victims are not having no apology from these men. They're not having no apology from them. This is a damn shame, ladies and gentlemen. This is a damn shame.
Don't slip on the drip. Don't slip on the drill.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Tempo, can you keep up with my tempo? Yeah, blowing up, C4. I just hit the Mike Jackson on my tiptoes. Oh yeah, I know we go wherever that wind blows. The endo.
Tell the truth.
Don't slip on the drill. High key, I know.
Tell the truth.
He ought to be ashamed of himself. This is sick. This is sick. This is sick. This is a sickness. It's a sickness, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to read the disgustingness of this. Here it goes. This is disgusting. The lawsuit, which was filed by lawyers representing the man only identified in documents as John Doe in a Bronx Supreme Court last Saturday, September the 4th, which was last Saturday, alleges that the victim was just 12 years old when he met Bambaataa, the founder of the Universal Zulu Nation, in 1991. According to the suit, John Doe, dealing with Bambaataa, began with frequent visits to the Bronx River Community Center, with him eventually becoming a member of the Zulu Nation. However, upon Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation co-founder Ahmad Henderson shifting the organization headquarters to, this is why they're in this lawsuit, they shifted the headquarters to the Bronx. They shifted the headquarters to the Bronx apartment. Okay, that was a big mistake. That automatically made them legally sucked into this whole situation. I'm going to talk to the counselor about this on Monday's show. The nature of John Doe's encounter with Bambaataa allegedly took a sensitive turn when Bambaataa inappropriately was touching the victim, complimenting the victim's body. Wow. Shortly after, Bambaataa began showing the victim pornography. Sick man. This kid was 12 years old. Sick, very, very sick puppy you see on that picture right there. Very sick puppy. Very, very sick puppy. Move it over a little bit there. Very, very sick puppy here we got. Shortly after, Bambaataa began showing the victim pornography while encouraging him to masturbate in front of him, ultimately leading to Bambaataa allegedly performing oral sex on this 12-year-old boy who eventually joined the Zulu Nation, who was being funded by Bam, introduced to pornography by Bam, and Bam was performing the fellatio on this underage,
tell the truth,
12-year-old And this was going on frequently. Bambaataa is also accused of arranging sexual. This is a sick man. Bambaataa is also accused of arranging sexual encounters between the minor, 12 years old, and other men in exchange for cash. I wonder how many members of the Zulu Nation, I'm speculating here, wonder how many of the people in the Zulu Nation, men, who were also engaging in messing around with a 12-year-old boy that Bam was passing around like you're passing around cigarettes. For anybody out there that's been a victim of molestation, you've been a victim of people touching you, you've been a victim of rape, my prayers, my heart goes out to you. I know that someone out there listening to this broadcast tonight has been triggered by what I've just read. That's being triggered by this. I apologize if I triggered anybody, but the truth's got to come out. And within the black community, we have a problem with this. We have things going on in the black community where black women have been molested by uncles, cousins, what have you. We've got people doing sexual crimes against young people in our community. And that's an area that in the black community, we don't want to deal with that. It's one of those little secrets we don't want to talk about. Just like we don't want to deal with mental health problems that we have. Some of our mental health problems come out of being molested. We just had Michael K. Williams. We just had Michael K. Williams, who just overdosed on drugs, and you know that they've been putting that fentanyl in these drugs. These drugs are not the same drugs of the drugs of the past. They've been lacing it with fentanyl. But we just had this black man pass away from an overdose. But we also know that this is a man who was also molested as a young child. How much of his molestation drove him to substance abuse, which later on down the line led him to overdosing. And he even admitted that he had these problems, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell the truth.
How much of it was related to him being molested? When you are touched and violated like that as a child, your soul has been taken away from you forever.
Tell the truth.
I wonder how much of it was him. Not to mention the scar on Michael K. Williams' face comes from him being involved in a bar brawl where he almost lost his life. A lot of people don't know that because he doesn't talk about it much. Let me come back over here. This is a very serious stream tonight. I need y'all to share this stream. This is very serious. I'm not playing around here. Bambaataa is a sick man, and those that were involved in messing around with these underage young boys, they need a hot ass place in hell. They need to be brought under charges under the Child Victims Act. As I read before, this became a part of the COVID-19 package where victims could still go after their perpetrators, even no matter how long it was. So that means that those older members, if they are alive, their asses is grass as well. The Zulu Nation is probably going to be defunct after this. If they are brought under, I'm sure they're going to want that organization taken disbanded, if it isn't already becoming disbanded now. And it's a shame because I'm sure that there are members in the Zulu Nation who had nothing to do with what was going on, probably didn't know what was going on, but then there were some within the inner circle, and you know damn well that BAM had a inner circle. All these narcissistic individuals like a Bambaataa, they always have these narcissistic personalities. It takes a narcissistic personality to do the kind of things that he did to boys, and it takes a sick individual. And I would not be surprised if Bam himself, not making excuses for him, I would not be surprised if Bam himself was a victim of molestation, because most people who victimized other people were a victim themselves.
Tell the truth.
And that is the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Sound the alarm. Needs to be under a jail cell. Sound the alarm or bell. I'm going to tell you right now, Bam needs a hot place in hell. What I don't understand is how this man is able to walk about. I haven't heard of anybody running up on him and doing harm to him. Those that were involved in these behaviors, these sick behaviors, they're going to pay a price. See, what goes around comes around. God doesn't like ugly. The universe has a way of coming back on your ass. That's why it's funny that they call themselves the Universal Zulus, because the universe is coming for your ass now. Bambaataa is also accused of arranging sexual encounters between the minor and other men in exchange for cash. According to the suit, the abuse lasted for more than 4 years. Of this type of, do you know how damaged these men have to be? When you are molested like that as a man, a woman, you don't have stable relationships. You have dysfunctional behavior. We all witness Hassan Campbell on his YouTube channel. You know, sometimes he go after people. It's obvious when you look at people who have been molested, it's long-lasting effect. It's an imprint on them. It screws up your ability to function. People who are molested like this, they turn to drugs, alcohol. They turn to dysfunctional behavior. Sometimes they can't have normal relationships with women, men, whoever. And they also can become a perpetrator of the same type of molesting people themselves, just as they have been molested. The men that I work with in my professional capacity, most of them, when I look at their criminal files, in general, most of them have been victims of some mistreatment sexually, and then they also become perpetrators themselves of this type of behavior. I thank you all for being here tonight, all 94 people that are in the watch box. I know there's even probably more people watching behind the scenes because YouTube doesn't send the notifications properly like they should. But that's okay because you're here, folks. You're watching. I know I haven't been calling out a lot of names. This is a very serious issue. Let me break this one down for you. This is some sick stuff here. The claims of sexual assault of a minor by Bambaataa have plagued the Bronx community has plagued the Bronx native since 2016. This came out in 2016 with Ronald Savage. When multiple men, including YouTube personalities, as I've already said before, let me put that picture back up here one more time. When YouTube personalities like Hassan Campbell, and former music executive and Democratic Party activist Ronald Savage spoke out against Bambaataa and other Zulu Nation members. Now, folks, this is what I got to read to you. This is what I want to break down to you that's around the legal issues here. Let me spin myself right on back up to the screen like that. This is the legal stuff. The suit was filed under the Child Victims Act, which allowed the victims of childhood sexual assault to sue within 1 year, as I said before earlier. Okay? It passed regardless of how long ago the assault occurred. The suit also claims many of the assaulters took place at Bambaataa's home in the Bronx, which also served as a Zulu Nation headquarters, which is why Zulu Nation has now been named in this lawsuit that's been filed on September the 4th. The deadline was really for August the 14th. Let me break something down to you. The New York State Assembly senators passed a legislation extending the Child Victims Act by 1 year as part of the COVID-19 emergency relief package. I'm repeating that for people that are coming in late, because it's because of the virus that we've got that this also came back to hunt him, which I think is divine order on how the universe worked. The universe worked out another way to get his ass. The bill will give several survivors of childhood sexual assault more time to file a suit. That's why they got him. Now, check this out. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Albany, New York, the New York State Assembly and New York State Senate, and today they passed a bill. This was a few years ago. This was just a year ago when this was passed. It's Bill A-9036 S-7082, which will extend by 1 year and look back window that opens by the Child Victims Act. Go look up that Child Victims Act for yourself, folks. The CVA, which is the Child Victims Act. The bill passed in the state Senate by a vote of 60-0. Nobody was opposed to it. And by 135-9 in the New York State Assembly. Once the bill is signed, which it has already been signed into law a year ago, survivors will have until August the 14th, 2021, that was last month, to file child sexual assault claims against their abusers, like Bambaataa, like this piece of garbage right here. So originally the bill, the deadline was August 14th. According to the information out there, they filed the suit September 4th. The only thing I can think of is either they actually filed this suit a long time ago and the news got it wrong, or it got extended. That's the question that I must ask Sister Empowered Esquire TV when we do a stream together on Monday. You can't miss it. I'm going to finalize a time with her. She's going out to Costa Rica to enjoy herself, and I hope she enjoys herself. When she gets back that Monday, this upcoming Monday, we will go live and she will break down the legal ramifications of what BAM and the Nation of Zulu is going to go through. And I want her to break down legally, how were they able to file this lawsuit under the Child Care Act, which was put out to end and expire on August the 14th, 2021, which was just a month ago, but they're now saying that they filed their suit September the 4th. So either someone's got that wrong and they did beat it before the deadline, or it's been extended, or something is going on. We're going to find out what that is from a legal point of view. I don't have the expertise to give you that legal perspective. Now, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go into the chat room and see what people are saying before I end this program tonight. Let's see what people are saying. And here we go.
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to
Peace, everybody in here. All right, I'm waiting for it to come up. There we go. Here we go. Bam. Woo. All right. Now, let's get ready to go into the chat room. I got some of the best. We got one of the best chat rooms that YouTube has to offer. I say the best. Let's see what people are saying right here. We got A Lady. We've got A Lady 747. Oops, let me see what's going on here. Why is this malfunctioning right now? Let's see what's happening here. And if not, I can still read it. Okay. I don't know why that did that. Okay. So we got A Lady 747. She's saying hi to someone. We got Brother Keith here who says, because Hassan Campbell is using that horrible experience to make himself famous, he's using the victim line to get attention for himself and not to bring awareness for victims. I know he does talk about it. He has talked about it, but I mean, he did get kind of famous because of what happened to him, and it kind of helped blow him up on YouTube, you know. I don't know. Let's see what Miss Brown is talking about here. Miss Brown says this law passed because the people in the Catholic Church like to hide molesters and information until the clock runs out. Catholic fight hard to stop this bill, but failed. Wow, I didn't know that. That's good information. Who do we have here? Is this a new person to the channel? We got Whipped Fantastic TV saying Hassan has said he too molested two people. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. So you can imagine what Ban Dusty had him doing. Like they said, he had a long time to exploit him. Lord only knows. Right. Like I said before, folks, usually when you are molested and abused by someone, you have a high potential of becoming an abuser yourself of other people. So this is really a damn shame. Let me see what okay, we got A Lady 747 saying, Keith, Brother Keith, that's the problem with the black community. We know we are we're damaged, and we don't want to punish, but we need to restrict and contain. We need to hold people in our community accountable of this behavior, but we also need to go get help. All right. There's a lot of people out there that have been abused and molested growing up, and they haven't gone out to get help. They haven't gone to get treatment, counseling. They need to get help. This is a very serious issue. We got my man, Rob, AKA BK's Finest, saying, I've been up and down, but I'm good now, Nikki. Hope everybody is good with you. Thank you for coming over, brother. Thank you for coming over and joining the chat. Now we got Nikki Divine Perfection by Nikki. She says, hey, Rob, how are you? Hey, good to see you over here. We got Big Dog OG Philly saying hit the likes. And who else do we have coming in? We got Votron, who says this: time to punish these child molesters to the fullest extent, regardless of fame and clout. Nobody is no exception. Yeah, they have to be brought up under the law. They have to be held accountable for their behavior. Let me see. Express KIYA said this: we don't want to punish none nor address the issue in the community. Right. And the question is, folks, why is it that in the black community we have this problem? What can we do to break out of this problem? Can you tell the truth on that, folks?
Tell the truth.
I want to know how we as a community can break away from this kind of behavior and break away from these kind of problems. Once again, everybody, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Definitely would appreciate that. We're doing what we can do over here. So go ahead and definitely be a part of the family over here and what we're doing. And like I said, check out what we're doing over here, folks. This is the Information Man Show. And this is what we're doing over here. I appreciate everybody who's coming to the chat, who's watching, who shares the video. I definitely appreciate that. Go ahead and do what you can to be a part of the family over here. I want to say to those out there that are watching, thank you for watching, and thank you for putting a like and also commenting on this video when this video is over. And I want you to subscribe again. I must say that repeatedly, because this is how you grow channels. This is how you build the platform. I think that because YouTube has a way of shadow banning us as black content creators, not pushing our notifications, this is how we have to bring people over to the program as much as possible to know about the program. Let's go back into what people are saying. Now let's go over to the Whip Fanatic TV. Whip Fanatic says, reduct the masses. Rededicate the masses. These types of things hurt not only the victims, but also their families. Yes, that's a good point. You are right. We sometimes fail to understand that it's not only the child who is the victim, but now the family is the victim, because the mother, the father, the sister, the brothers, the cousins, they are living through the pain of seeing their family member who is not the same. When someone does this to you, they're taking your soul away from you. You will never be the same person again forever and ever, ever, ever. You will never be the same person. You can't be. Now we've got, let me see, we got the lovely Chris here, Chris CCC here, saying, why is it that for celebrities, it has to go viral for us to be aware of what's happening? I'm going to be honest, sister, you're making a very good point. I'm going to read this again. Why is it that for celebrities, it has to go viral for us to be aware of what's happening, or nothing really happens? The victims always suffer. Chris CCC, you are 100% right. like I said, I deal with people that have been I deal with guys in the prison system that have been victims of molestation, that have victimized other people. So I know what you're saying, that too often we're very silent when these things are happening in our community. We can talk about well-known people like Bambaataa, right? We can talk about these people, yes, because they're easy targets. I got to be honest, because they are celebrities. But what do we do about those perpetrators in our own community? And let's be honest, there are people in our community that know that there's somebody that they know that's doing things, but they don't say nothing. Bambaataa was able to do what he did because you had members of the Zulu Nation, older members who were involved in building the hip hop culture, and they were the original conscious community that looked the other way and said nothing and protected Bam. And now look what's happened. Okay, we got Life with Amanda Gathers. What's going on? What's going on, Life with Amanda? Good to see you over here, sister. She says, salute Information Man, mods chat, listening from the clouds. Okay, but do this, my sister. Share this video in all of your social media and put it in your community tab, my dear sister, right? Do that for me. And by the way, here's a clap for you. Here's a clap for everybody in the chat room and those that are listening in the clouds. Okay, we got the ATL in the house. She says, I knew this was coming. Now, sister, when you say you knew this was coming, are you saying that you knew eventually that the day would come that Bambaataa would have to pay the price, and those people within the Zulu Nation would have to pay a price for this behavior? What's going on, D. Tubman? I know who you are. I've seen you in, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen you in the Black Authorities chat room as a mod. I've seen you potentially, I think you're a mod over in Tariq's channel, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen you around. Much respect to you. I know you mod in Jason Black's channel. I think so. Welcome over here. I hope you are a new subscriber to the channel. I hope that you will become a fixture in the channel. Maybe if you're supporting the channel like a lot of folks are, maybe you may get that Blue Ranch, because I know that you are a mod and you rock with some pretty powerful content creators. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the program and be a part of what we're doing over here. Thank you for coming into the chat room and blessing me with your presence onto the platform. And we got my man, Nappy Yankee, who's just come in the house. Thank you, Nappy Yankee. I'm going to be honest with you, Nappy Yankee. I did not know about the Bam story until I finished my yesterday show about this damn milk crate challenge that people were doing. And I saw your channel, and I saw you were talking about Bam. It was from your channel that I learned what Bam had been brought under these charges. And so what I did, ladies and gentlemen, is I said, wait a minute, he inspired me to go deeper into this whole thing with Bam. And that's why, Nappy Yankee, I decided to also talk about this today. And I wanted to go a little bit deeper into it because this is a serious situation, brother. So thank you for doing your stream yesterday. And let me see what D. Tubman just said here. Information Man, yes, sir. Subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for discovering me. And I guarantee you the show, what you're going to experience over here will be fantastic. Let me let you also know, too, on Monday, come back to my channel on Monday because I'm going to be accompanied by, I'm going to be with the Empowered Esquire TV. I made contact with her. I'm bringing her back so that she can break down the legal ramification of these charges under the Child Victims Act in New York. Nappy Yankee, one of the things that I said that you might not be aware of, brother, that, you know, what goes around comes around in the divine order of things. And what happened to BAM is that they passed this act doing as part of the package for the COVID-19. They passed a law under that package in New York, which prolonged the statutes of limitations for the victims by saying it doesn't matter how long it happened. If you file your paperwork before August the 14th, you can get their ass. And that's the truth.
Tell the truth.
Somehow they filed it in September the 4th. I wonder if it was before that, but I'm going to ask the Empowered Esquire when we have her on, because she is a lawyer, attorney at law. I interviewed her when I did the one about Polite. Now we're going to do the one about BAM now and get the legal expert information on Monday. Be on the lookout on my channel when I upload the stream for you to get the time that it's going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, this is serious. Let's go back into the chat room and put more names up on the board and see who else is in the house. Once again, D. Tugman, welcome here to the Information Man Show. I know you run with the big boys over there like Jason Black and Black Authority, things of that nature. Nappy Yankee, Nikki Protector, saying shout out to Nappy Yankee. We've got DJ Cabin in the house saying peace, if I'm saying that correct. We've got Natural in the house saying what's up, Real Aaron Collins. Real Aaron Collins is in the house. Peace to him as well. Votron. Let me put what Keith put up on there. He said this: accountability and responsibility is something that is needed in the black community. Too many false leaders are showing us nobody is keeping an eye on them to make sure they stay on the path. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, and D. Tubman, make sure you share this video in your social media. And because just like Jason Black always says, when it comes to new black media, they are suppressing our channels. I know I got more people watching me that's showing in the than what the watch box is showing when this stream is over. But YouTube is shadow banning us. They're suppressing the truth. That's why we got to have folks like yourself share the video. Okay, who do we else have in here? I'm bad with names too. We got Tim Z Odoko. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry. He says, what it do? Just subscribe. Hey, thank you. I think your last name is Odoko. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize, but I definitely give you all the respect for subscribing to the channel. Here is the clap for you. Thank you. Real Aaron Collins is in the house saying what's up to Queen Natural. We got Craig R in the house rocking with us saying good show, Johnson. Oh yeah, I'm a member. I'm a Johnson too, brother. I'm a member with this brother Craig R. We're both members, and brother Keith is a member as well. My brother. Now I'm losing my concentration. Craig R. put the brother's name in there. The Tim Black Show. That's right, Tim Black. Shout out to brother Tim Black. I just had a little bit of a brain fart right there. We are members of Tim Black's channel. Tim Black and the Wolf Pack, and that brother, he puts it down. He puts it down. So I want to say peace to brother Tim Black, and I do plan to get in contact with Tim Black to get him on the show as a guest. I've got Dr. Inky coming on the show as a guest. I'm going to be bringing Brother Sanchez back. I got lots of good stuff in store for you folks. And let me read this off right here. Let me see. He says, a friend of mine told me a story about meeting Afrika Bambaataa back in a festival in 2005. And he said that in Amsterdam, he and a boy went up to meet him in a hotel room to ask him some questions. Uh-oh. So you're saying that allegedly that Bambaataa might have been messing around with underage individuals when he was over there in Amsterdam. Ooh. That's a hell of an allegation, my man. But that I would believe it. Moses Blackthorn is in the house saying important broadcast tonight. Thank you for that. Thank you. And if you can share this in your social media, I would appreciate that. Let me see who else we got here. And the channel's growing, folks. You know, people been telling me that I've been on fire. I've been on fire for a while. And I see that the channel is also growing. And it's because, you know, I'm doing a lot of polarizing content. That's one reason why it's growing. But but it's great because it helps people to discover me who did not know who I was before. And it rings my name through the YouTube streets. And I'm not an arrogant guy. I'm very humble. But I am very happy and I am very humble that people are learning about the channel and the channel is getting its just due. And I appreciate that. I'm very humble, not arrogant. I'm a very personable brother. I appreciate all of you. Let's see right here. Nappy Yankee is talking to someone. Let's see again. The brother says here again, he had 14-year-old Woo! Uh-oh. This brother here, as you see on the screen, Mr. Otoko. God, I hope I'm just ruining this man's name, but let me read what he's saying. He had this 14-year-old Puerto Rican boy going in and out of the bathroom, packing up stuff. And Bam went inside. They got so uncomfortable by the situation, they left immediately. He belongs in a jail cell, and he belongs, if this is true, he belongs in a real dark place. He's in a real sunken place. Keith said this, I'll just say I'm not victim shaming Hassan Campbell, but I would like to know what has he done for victims like himself. I have no idea what he's done. I know what I do in my capacity. I've worked with people who have been abused. I have talked people out of taking their life. I have talked people out of, taking drugs. I don't know what he's doing. And he has to be judged for what he's doing and what he's not doing. We all have to be judged for what we do and what we don't do. Let me see. Sister Life with Amanda says, I'm going on since the lame light started with the so-called celebrating world. Nothing new under the sun. Right, sister, right. Votron said this. Let's get recalled. Let's get real. How many people here on the Information Man Show have you used Megan's Law in California website or the equal of that to look up convicted child molesters living in their neighborhood? I've already done that, brother. Because of the kind of work I do, I've already done that. Child molesters are all around you. They are living in your neighborhood, and sometimes you don't know unless you go online and you do a search, and you'll find out how many of them that you have living around you. You certainly will. Information Man Show, what time is it by you? Are you always on this late? I'm in the East Coast. Well, it's about 10:18 where I live at. So for me, when I come back, when I get to my place after a long day of, working in my profession, when I go on live at this time of the night, it's not late for me. It's late for you in the East Coast. But if you're in the West Coast or Central Time, it's not as late. And on this channel, I normally go live on the weekends. The reason why this is a special bonus video is because I just got this news about Bambaataa yesterday watching Nappy Yankees channel. That's why I'm on. People have been coming in and out of the stream all night. At one point in time, I had 90-something people watching. Then it went to 80. We got 60-something. People have been coming in and out. I know why, because it's late and people have to get rest. So when I come on Monday with the lawyer, Miss Empire Esquire TV, to further discuss this issue from a legal point of view, I'll come on at a much more earlier time for people. Let me see here. We got Lady Leg 75 saying, great rising. Information Man Show, thank you. Let me see here. We've got Empress. Okay. Real Aaron Collins says, that's right. Did not Hassan Campbell and Kwame Brown just fall out over allegations that Bambaataa molested Campbell? Right. There's a lot of stuff going on. Let me see what Miss Gathers is saying. Miss Amanda is saying, Life with Amanda says, it's just Bam's time to be exposed because he no longer has anything to offer the high ups. All of them do it. You're right. But keep this in mind. It's how the universe works. The reason why they got Bam on this whole situation was because of the virus. They put together a package to extend the Child Victims Act. What I want people to do when you get a chance, I want you guys to all look up the Child Victims Act that was passed, I believe, in 2020 in New York by the Albany, New York, and by the New York State Assembly and New York State Senate voted to pass it and to extend it for victims who have been harmed by these kind of monsters. Let me see here. Let's get real. We already did that one. And who else has come in now? All right, let's put this sister up here. And, oh, what's going on? Angelisa, what's going on, my sister? She says, the ironic thing in all the ironic thing in all of this is that these people under the spotlight are all linked to York. Mayork. Wow. So you're saying they're all linked in with each other. Tawana is coming to the house. Love your new logo, Tawana. I got to work on a new logo myself for this channel. She says, hello, chat. Good to see you over here. Wow. That's some deep stuff the sister broke down to us. Let me see if I can catch anybody else's messages. So, folks, I'm going to get ready to call it a night. I'm tired. I know you all are tired, but I want to thank everybody who came over. All those other people who came over and watched. We had a lot of people in here tonight, and people were coming in and they were coming out. And I understand that it's late. We got different time zones. People got to go to work. People got to get some rest. But I'm just glad that we had a good fluctuation. The people who came into the stream, people came in, people came out. Thank you for sharing this in your social media. Please share it in all your social media if you can. I would appreciate that very much so if you could do that. Let me see. I check the sex offenders list every other month. My neighbor is on it. And wow, your neighbor? Whoa. Your neighbor is on it? That's crazy. That is crazy. Let me see. We got the Rob, a.k.a. BK's Finest saying peace to everybody. Let me see. Black Votron says this. Are people really ready to start bringing justice for victims of child molestation, living in their own families, brother, uncles, and fathers? Yeah, we got these people in our families. It is true. It is true. It is true. Rob, aka BK Finest, says peace to everybody. Tawana is in the house, the beautiful Tawana. And then we've got, who do we have here? He says, peace, information man. Must be logic is in the house. Peace to you. Thank you for being over here. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, share the video on your social media. If you're not new, I welcome you here as always. Let's see what Keith is saying. He says, we definitely got to get that conversation between Information Man and Tim Black to happen. Yeah, I'm going to get in contact with Tim Black and get him over here to my channel and get him on. So if you're on a talking basis with him, brother, we're both members of the Wolf Pack. But if you are in any kind of way have a capacity of contacting him, go ahead and do it. But I think what I'm going to do is when he has one of his shows and I'm not on live, I'm just going to call into one of his shows and I'm going to let him know, hey, brother, I'm going to DM you and we're going to get this thing going. And he knows who I am already. He knows who I am, what I can bring to the table. So the great Tim Black, we're going to bring him over here too. I got a lot of shit to bring to the table, everybody. So you guys are going to be enjoying this program tremendously over the point of time. I'm slurring my words a little bit. I'm sorry because I'm tired, but I thank you all for being here. And Lady Leg 75 says share and subscribe to the channel. And peace out to you, brother, for coming on over. Appreciate everybody. I gotta go. As much as I want to stay on here, wish it was like a weekend and I could stay up later, but you know, I got things I got to do too. I get rest, but I appreciate everybody. Let's see. Angelique says this. There has been the conversation about child molestation as well as the conversation that black man is not the face of sexual deviance. Let me say this. No, we're not the face of sexual deviance. Do you know, this is why when I do my show about whether black people are the total face of crime, do you know that white society, white men are the ones who lead in the molestation, in the rape? It is white men who lead in this behavior. Now, let me say this. That does not negate the fact that we do have black people engaging in molesting our children. Not only men, you've got women too. See, nobody wants to talk about the women, that there are women out here doing this stuff too to young boys. Let's not get away from that too. You got men, we got people in our community doing this stuff. We got people in our family. Some of us on this stream tonight know people in our family that were doing nasty things. IMV says, can you do an interview on the UFO twin sister early line? And send me more information about that, IMV. You can email me at coldwave06@gmail. You can find my Gmail address in my About page. Go to my About page. You'll see my email there. And if anybody wants to send me articles or anything you would like me to talk about, anything of interest, you can email me there and let me know. So Underrated Darkness is in the house. Where is he at? I don't see him. Oh, yeah. Underrated Darkness talks about this on his channel a lot, about the fact that you do have women who molest children too. It's not just men who do it. Now, men do it at a more frequent rate and more often are found to be, they criminalize men when we do that, which we should be. I think that women should be held accountable just as much when they are caught doing it. And but everybody, I gotta go. Thank everybody for coming over. Black Botron, let me see what you're saying here. Thank you again, Information Man Show, for another fantastic broadcast. We're got to further continue the conversation. Right, we're gonna continue this conversation on Monday. I got in contact with the Empowered Esquire TV. She's in Costa Rica right now, enjoying herself. She'll be back. She said that we can do Monday or Tuesday. I'm around Monday. We're gonna go live on Monday. I'm going to put that stream together, so be on the lookout for that stream so that we can get a perspective, not my perspective, a perspective from a real lawyer, just the way I did the show when we did the show about Brother Polite. We're going to get into it. We're going to examine it. Thank you for coming over, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody in that chat room. Thank you again, Chris CCC, with your cute self. Thank you again, Brother Keith, who says, peace, Information Man in chat. Take care. Yeah, everybody get some rest. Enjoy the rest of your night, wherever you are in the world. Peace to you. Thank you, everybody. I got to get out of here. Thank you. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, folks. Come on now. Hit the likes too, everybody. Peace to you. It's been a great show tonight. Woo!
Information is power.
Woo! Thank you, everybody.
Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Tell the truth.
Yeah. Information Man Show, everybody.
Information is power.
I've been feeling emotional, thinking about you, babe. What can we focus on? What we should do? Tell me the truth, 'cause I don't wanna see you with somebody else. And I've been feeling lonely in this king-size bed. I'm trying not to worry about the things you say. I ain't got the time, you're always on my mind. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with you now. I'll never be sober if you don't pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. I've been feeling delusional. Think about us, babe. Your body's so beautiful. All I want is your love. Can't get enough. 'Cause I not to worry about the things you say. I ain't got the time, you're always on my mind. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with you now. I'll never be sober if you don't pull me closer. Look me in my eyes and tell me how. I'm hypnotized. I'm hypnotized. Baby, why you playing with my love? I'm trying to be patient with.
The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel. Information is power. Information is power. Information is power.
Information Man Show. The Information Man Show. Truth. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Information Man Show. A monster. That's a monster right there. A monster, pure monster. Monster.
please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
What's up? Underrated darkness! I see you, brother.
Information is power.
Good night, everybody. Take care. Been great. Woo! Been great, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Good night, everybody.